City Paranormal Podcast. I am Kyle, your tour guide through the weird, and I am joined once again by T.
Hello.
And Allison is back with us. And I know we promised Mike would be here. He had some stuff going on. He had to bow out today. But I did confirm that he has a brew dog delivery.
Woot.
So
Excellent.
yeah.
And did Debbie
Always
ask
look
him?
I have no idea
About the question?
I have not been made aware of whether or not Debbie asked him about that situation. So today the show's a little different. We're going to be doing like a true crime thing that we talked about a couple times. We've had some of the chatters and some emails ask about it, see if we'd be interested in it. So it's a little bit different, something that we're going to try today. We're going to talk about the Piketon murders. Happened in what is it? It's
Pike
in
County.
Yeah, in Pike County, Ohio. If you're not familiar, you're going to be by the time the podcast is over. And
Hopefully.
of course, hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. T has spearheaded this mission. So we're going to find out how good you did.
Oh, I have so much pressure.
How well you
Under
done.
pressure.
And then of course we always, as always, we have emails. No T's news today because it's just one huge T's news spot.
Woofa.
And right before we came on, T got to hear her new news jingle, which I should have it queued up that I could play for everybody, but I don't. I'll do it when I get the podcast edited. I'll throw it back in again just so everybody catches it. But T's did it. It's perfect. It's perfect.
It is.
It's perfect. So
It's really not.
We
But
might
it's
have
on
to,
the last
like,
episode.
That'll be like the rough draft, and then we'll come in. You and I can maybe throw in some harmonies.
spice it up.
Yeah,
Spice it up.
and then we're gonna copyright that bitch.
Oh yeah. Before somebody jumps on it, like, oh, that's T's, but that's mine. So we can't
Mine
have
now.
that. So like I said, we got emails and stuff. We've got that coming up with the Piketon murders that went on down there, and then what else? Oh, yesterday we had a good time.
Yesterday was fun.
We went out and celebrated Keaton's birthday.
happy 23rd, GC.
Yeah, we went out and celebrated. We went to the Hofbrauhaus here in Columbus, which was good. Excellent beer there, excellent food. And then we went to Penn's and did duck bowling, which is the little pins.
On like ropes
Yeah,
or
which I
something.
never noticed them being on rope until yesterday when they got all tangled up.
Yeah,
I guess when you're really good, you tangle them up. I don't think I ever did it. T might have, though. T was doing fantastic. She beat the hell out of everybody.
she did. She won.
I suck
Yeah.
at bowling. I don't know how that even happened.
Hey, you did great.
It was the
You did
strike.
great.
The
You knocked
strike put you over the top.
Something.
Probably the highlight of my evening, though, was playing Mortal Kombat.
Oh, you whooped
against
Juicy's
against
ass.
I did. I schooled him. Let him know. Dad still got it.
I enjoyed the trash
Sub-Zero.
can beer pong.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah,
That
they
was
had,
fun.
Like this, like huge, like they had trash cans, and then whatever those balls were.
They were dodgeballs, weren't they?
Is that
Know what
like-
it said on it?
Like safe dodgeballs or
Duck
something.
skin dodgeballs.
I liked them. They were about this big. They looked like foam cannonballs, and they were squishy, and it was amazing. But of course, by that point, I was so lit that everything was pretty much amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fantabulous. And then we got to be outside. We were outside and around other people
Sans mask.
without masks on because we're vaccinated, and it was
It was weird.
really weird. It was really weird. I don't know how long it'll take me to get used to that again.
It'll be a while, I'm sure.
Yeah, because like I mean,
So when they lift everything, will you go to the grocery store without a mask?
I don't know, man.
No?
I mean, I don't go to the grocery store as it is.
Yeah, you don't like the
I don't
grocery
like the
shop.
grocery stores.
Would you go in to tag it?
No.
No.
I feel like I still need to be safe. There's still people getting it. I'm going to be safe.
And they say that the mask, like you wearing a mask, is to protect
Others.
other people. But I still feel like,
There's some sense of...
yeah,
And I'm sure there is.
I'm gonna cover up my orifices.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's kind of a little bit of a two-way protection
yeah,
to some effect.
I wonder what that is. I mean, it's got to be right. I mean,
Well, I mean, no colds this winter.
yeah, that's for sure.
That's why.
Yeah, didn't really.
It's been nice not getting like my annual winter death virus
Yeah.
that I usually get. It's lovely.
Yeah,
Lovely.
very true. Very true.
Although, like, when we went today, we were outside and we had to wear them.
It was warm.
We couldn't wait to get them off. Our faces were sweating underneath them. And,
So you were outside and you still had to wear them?
yep.
Yep, they required them.
So, okay, well, tell everybody what you guys did, because you guys basically did like adult petting zoo kind of thing.
Yes. With poodle.
Well, that sounds pornographic. But
Yeah. We went to Sunrise Sanctuary in Marysville. They had an open barn day. So they rescue farm animals. And they had some cats. They had quite a few cats.
Yeah.
But animals that, like the one horse had a really bad hitch in her giddy up. The one cow had arthritis. One of the turkeys, his little foot was deformed. But they take in these farm animals and they just live there very happily. But they
Chilling.
let people come in for like a donation and you can go around and love on them if they'll let you and get to hang out with them. Tromp through mud and it was great.
And you got to see cows.
Oh.
Yeah.
I made out with the moo-moos. It was amazing.
So how many cows were there?
Three
And a bull.
cows.
3
Two
cows
horses.
and a bull.
Yeah.
2 horses. 3 mini horses.
3 mini horses. 11D5 ducks.
Ducks and geese. Lots of
Goose and-
fowl.
Fowl.
Pigs.
Pigs. Oh my god, the pigs were
The pigs were
great.
huge.
They're probably my favorite.
Turkeys.
Two
They were amazing.
llamas.
I think once they reach that certain size, though, like the pictures you were showing me, those aren't pigs, are they? Like they're hogs.
Probably. They're big.
Like, is that how they're classified?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm city girl.
Like
I have
you-
no idea.
Like if it's a hog, it's like a
Because that one that was walking around getting a drink out of the baby pool, he was big.
He was
Big dude.
huge.
lots of bacon.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I bet he would be tasty.
He was so cute.
Just as long as we don't eat the cows, right?
Yeah. We're good.
T loves a steak and a cow.
I have
It's so
guilt.
hard, like when you see them
Yes.
in a situation like that and they're there for
Love.
a reason because they were mistreated or born different. It's real hard to eat your leftover club sandwich after you get back.
Yeah, that had bacon and
Jerky.
a turkey and a ham on it.
Oh my god, we
We
ate
ate
half
like
the
all
farm.
that. We did. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that.
Oh.
We're shitty people.
Little did you know that's who supplied the.
No.
But you should go visit. They do open barn days once a month. And then that pig that was chilling in the mud, her birthday party's in June. And like 13 different bakeries have donated their goods
Oh my God.
in order for the farm to sell to raise money to take
Okay.
care of everybody.
And a local food truck is opening its restaurant, its first restaurant, and he's going to make burgers,
Vegan.
vegan burgers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's.
But everything, like all the food and stuff, is included.
And your ticket.
Yeah. So
It was great.
we have
So
plans.
that's what I was gonna say. Are we going to a?
Yes.
We're going to.
I think you'd
hog's-
have fun. You
a
need
hog's
shit
birthday
kicking
party.
boots, though.
I'm not. I'm sure I would have fun. It's animals and stuff. Just,
Yeah.
It was. It was nice.
You
It was a
went-
beautiful day
You
Yeah.
went and had a club sandwich.
before.
And after.
Finished it after we got back.
Well, you know,
Now I feel like a horrible human being.
it's the
Yeah.
circle of life. You know how
But
it
seeing
goes.
them kind of makes me like, well, maybe I should consider veganism. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
but-
I don't know if I. I just. I,
Then
You're
you
going to
think-
go to Rock Mill and have a saison and not have the hot chicken sandwich or
the ribeye.
the
ribeye.
fantastic steak. Oh,
that prime rib. That's what I think about. I was like, oh yeah, cows are so cute. It's like, yeah, fucking prime ribs. It though.
it's good.
It's good shit.
It's good.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's what we did this weekend. What did you do this weekend? It's only Saturday. I feel like we've already had a full weekend.
We have.
Yeah. Like
I'm
tomorrow,
so
I have to
fucking tired.
mow and do all the chores
Be
because I haven't
domesticated.
done anything in 2 days. Not looking forward to it because I want to be kind of lazy.
I have to write a paper if it makes you feel any better.
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd rather mow and do chores than write a paper.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just try to put the truck back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, but you smoke a chicken tomorrow.
Yeah.
buddy.
Smoking chicken tomorrow. That's for sure.
Yes, if you want to come over and eat chicken.
I got too much.
Speaking of farm animals.
There's 2 of them in the fridge.
Speaking of farm animals.
We're assholes. Is that all the
okay.
emails you have?
It's okay. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, because I figured you were gonna. I figured.
Wait, that was an email?
No.
No.
Oh, I was so confused.
She's over here peeking at my notes. Yeah.
Oh.
This is it.
There's only 3.
Are we doing Would You Rather too?
I don't have a would you rather.
What?
I thought that we would. I thought that
I'll
this
come
would
up
be-
with one.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought that we would like dominate the show with this thing. So
Okay.
I had a lot of faith in you. I shouldn't have had faith in you.
No, I
Is that
just
what you're
hear the
telling
ball
me?
bouncing that you dropped.
Are you kidding me? I do it this every week. Jeez.
I'll find us one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to dive into email now?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so if you want to email the show, you can, archcityparanormal@gmail.com. If you're not watching us live, you're listening to this later on, and you maybe just want to see what goes on here, you can do so by subscribing to our YouTube or joining us on Facebook. Every Saturday at 6 o'clock, we're here and we're live, and you can watch this all play out in real time, which is infinitely more fun, I think, than the edited podcast version. Myself,
I don't know.
I think so.
I can't say I've ever watched this.
What?
I've never watched, sat down and
yeah.
watched a podcast.
Yeah, I guess I have because I do the video. I see. Okay. Anyway, emails. Brenda writes in. Brenda says, "Hey guys, quick question. My best friend and I are going to start ghost hunting to see what we can experience firsthand. Is 2 people too few for a team? She put a quote, team. We thought we may need to add people, but we're surrounded by skeptics. What do you guys think?"
I think 2's plenty.
2 is plenty. I'd add a skeptic on just to even you guys back out.
You think?
Yeah. Somebody to counterbalance what you're saying.
That's fair. I think 2 people is plenty.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's someone that you trust.
Yeah.
I think it could be good.
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
you don't need to have too many people is a bigger problem. So
Yes.
you don't need to have a whole bunch of people. As long as you have somebody there that can corroborate whatever it is you experience. Because anybody can go into a dark room by themselves and be like, well, I heard this over there. And the first thing anybody's going to say, whether it's true or not, I'm not saying anybody's lying. Whether it's true or not, somebody's just going to go, well, you prove it. You see it by yourself. So, paranoia. Anyway. So, no, I think that's plenty of people. If you, like T said, if you want to add a skeptic, someone to, pull you back in, that would be a good idea. If you can convince one of them to go with you. If they're skeptics and they're dead set on going, they're just scared. I think they're scared. I think that's what it comes up to. Because if you don't believe, what are you afraid of? You're afraid of going and staying in the dark? There's nothing there. Then what are you doing? What do you got?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking yawns already.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. No, really, it's fine. So anyway, yeah, I don't think, like I said, I think T has a good point. You add a skeptic. That would be to balance you out.
Yeah.
And then
cut costs too.
but definitely if one of them is like, "No, I'm not going. That's stupid." Well, you're afraid. Mm-hmm. That's what that is. Because if there's nothing to be afraid of, then what else are you gonna do on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think even having you on our team allows us to debunk shit, which is nice. Having somebody to debunk, not necessarily true, like a crazy, rigid skeptic. But just someone that's like, man, are you sure?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Sure
let's
that's
try.
what you
Let's
heard?
see if there's something else that somebody like that would be good.
So there you go, Brenda. Yeah. So yeah, you and your pal, and then let us know what you get. Maybe we can, I don't know, collaborate on something. Who knows? Anyway, next one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. So if you want to email the show, you can, archcityparanormal@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. You're what makes the show go. Next up is George. George says, "Hello, everyone. Do you put any faith into?" Oh, these next 2 are because Mike was going to be here, but I think it'll still be fun. Do you put any faith in the conspiracy about the Illuminati? I don't believe the reptilian overlord part, but I do believe there could be a group of mega rich, weird people manipulating economies and politics. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Love the show. So, the reptilian thing that he's talking about is there is a conspiracy out there that in disguise, there are reptilian people, beings in disguise that are running our planet, and they're basically just farming us.
Yeah, like they think Hillary's won.
Yes. Yeah, or they think that they caught there's a video of Justin Bieber where he blinks and the video glitches a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, see, you catch his reptilian eyes," and it's fucking...
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure you could find it. Yeah.
Beebs is not going to be part of it.
Because I got to be real honest, I've only heard. I don't know much about the Illuminati, but so I'm curious to hear.
Yeah, so it's an older idea that these guys all got together and they're basically controlling the economy and everything, and somehow it got wrapped up with the reptilian overlord deal that the Illuminati doesn't matter. They're the master overlords, and they rig politics and economies and money and everything to keep people under their thumb and producing whatever it is we need to produce. Which I don't understand that. I feel like if they're that powerful or whatever, the reptiles would just come on out and be like, "Hey, fuck you. This is what you're going to do or you're going to die."
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I don't think it makes much of a difference. But you've got it pulled up here. Oh, there's a different one. Does I see Bavarian?
Like in a historical, it says in a
Oh, okay.
historical sense, the term Illuminati refers to the Bavarian Illuminati, a secret society that operated for only a decade, from 1776 to 1785.
So that's documented. That's they're a legit thing.
Yeah, sought to promote certain ideals among the elites.
Yeah, like even there's the what is it, the secret society at Harvard? Was it Skull and Bones or something like
Oh,
that?
I think it was just the skulls, wasn't it?
I don't know.
They did a movie about it. You were killing it on the typing today.
Thank you.
But there's like presidents that have been part of it.
The guy was on Dawson's Creek, I think, that did the movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. But it's like Skull and Bones or something like that. But basically, it's this underground society. It's not even a fraternity or anything. It's an underground society.
There you go.
Skull and Bones.
That's
Yeah.
Yale, though.
Yale, my bad. I'm not up on my
Ivy League.
Ivy League, Illuminati
I'm going to need you to get with that.
fanboy clubs. But there's like presidents that have been there. Like I think the Bush family was in there. I'm trying to think who else. But like big time, like running the United States. They're involved in this shit, and they're all in with each other, and that's supposedly people look at that and they point like, oh, well, the Illuminati's real. Like, look what they're already doing, at these, secret societies or whatever. So I don't know how much faith I put in it. They're definitely there. I mean, if they would go so far as to admit to these, secret societies where they groom them.
Oh, I think the Illuminati 1,000% exists.
But to control it the way that they do, like, do you think with the reptile and shit?
No, the reptile's bullshit. They're not reptilian. But no, I think the actual society, yeah, there's a group that sits back, because they got to do what's in the best interest for them. Mm-hmm. And then they pay the lobbyists and all them, and they go do their thing.
What's the group that meets in Europe? Where like ex-presidents go, and like Clinton, and the Clinton family's in it, and there's a group they meet in Europe, but I can't think what the name is. But it's like world leaders, and that's another one of the things where they point back to, and they're like, oh, this is how the Illuminati. This is how the Illuminati's real, because there's this. I can't think of what it's called, but it's like they don't keep it a secret. Like it's not everything they do behind closed doors is a secret. I can't think of what it's called.
So they openly admit that they meet. They just don't say what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the Clintons are in it, but it's not like left wing like that. Like there's Republicans that are American Republicans that are there. But then also it's prominent leaders from Europe that are also involved, like banking owners. I can't remember the name of it, damn it. That's terrible. I can't think of what it is.
Vice grad leaders?
I don't think so. No, as soon as we turn the microphones off, I'll remember
Bilderberg?
that might be it. That might be it. Is it the annual?
Fosters dialogue between Europe and North America.
There you go. Political leaders, experts from industry, finance, academia, and media. Number between 120 and 150.
Yeah, so they all get together, basically, and there's supposedly what it's to do is to help prevent another world war, but really everybody believes that they get together, and it's like, okay, they tell the bankers tell the leaders, like, hey, this is what we need to happen, and then, of course, the media is there as well. The media is in on it, which don't even get me started on that. The media is in on it, and the media is like, okay, this is our agenda, this is what we have to push. So I mean, there's all these little pieces where it's like, well, everybody says, well, the Illuminati, and they talk about the, like it's like people say, who is that? Who's the guy? Jay-Z. So like Jay-Z's involved in the Illuminati. Like, no, Jay-Z doesn't have the pull or the money to be involved with the Illuminati. Like this, and anybody that comes out and says that they are, like, it's more of a distraction, I think, than anything else. Like, these are legit, like generational wealth. Like, if they wanted to go out and buy a small country, they probably could.
So, so it'd be somebody like maybe the dude that owns Virgin Air. Or
exactly. No, not even that. Like, owns a bank.
Or Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like super big time, ridiculous big money.
Jay-Z's big. Not that big.
Yeah, he ain't got money like that. Okay, so there you go. So what we got, George. So I had a couple of these conspiracy ones because Mike was going to be here.
Do you guys believe all conspiracy theories?
Every single one of them I buy into. Okay, so here we go. Last one. If you want to email the show, you can. archcityparanormal@gmail.com. Justine writes in. Justine says, "Thanks for taking the time to read my email. I hope everyone is well with you all. I hope everyone is well with you all. Thank you. I have been wondering about what Kyle says about media manipulating society. What does everyone else think? I can see his point, but I'm unsure if I believe there's a concerted effort to make all of us think something. I have a feeling I know what Kyle thinks, and I welcome him to expand on his idea, but what did the girls think, or Mike? You guys have a great show. Keep it up." I don't think I read that right at the beginning. I hope.
I wonder if maybe it's supposed to be everything is all right.
Oh, okay.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Autocorrect can
Thanks,
be a
Justine.
bitch.
Or all is well with all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what does everyone else think about the media manipulating society?
I never really gave it much thought until you brought it up. But I can see your point because, like, there's shit going on I know nothing about. Like, I feel like pop culture is more well represented here than some of the shit going on. Like this Palestine thing that's going on. It's Palestine and Israel? Mm-hmm. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Just heard about it today.
Yeah.
They took down a building that had Al Jazeera in it today. And I'm like, this has been going on for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And I know there's always been conflict, but just certain things that are happening, I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah. That they just don't talk about.
Like, you kind of have to dig for certain things.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is. Because
Like
I feel like they would have, back in the day when you had 4 channels on your TV, you know, they'd break in with lots of stuff. And now it's just kind of meh.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because social media is so prevalent that we get our news differently, but I think there's some legitimacy to it. Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah, like you do get your news from social media, but even still, it's cultivated. Like, it's, you know, very not cultivated. That's not the word I'm looking for. Like like the director of a museum, his collection, what's that word? Wow. Starts with a C.
Collect?
No.
Culture?
No. But anyway, what do you think?
I have no idea. I don't watch this shit anyways.
What do you mean?
I don't really watch the news. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Do I think they're hiding shit? Fuck yeah. Because we can't handle stuff. Because we're weak. So, yeah. I don't have much to say on it because I don't really pay any attention to it. Like the stuff you were talking about yesterday. Is that the same shit you were originally telling us about the other day?
Curate.
There
You're
you
welcome.
Go. Thank you. Yeah.
My first thought was docent, and I'm like, no, that's the person at the museum that like shows you around.
Curate. Yes. That news on your social media is curated by the stuff that you click on and you search in your, you know, in Google or whatever.
I tend to stay away from a lot of news because I just find it very depressing.
It is.
But that is another part of that. I think is another tentacle of that keeping us stupid and distracted.
Yeah. And I want to be informed, but I'd like to make it through my day without feeling bad about stuff.
Yeah, I mean, everything that's going, it's a very touchy subject when you talk about Israel and Palestine and all that. So it's difficult. I think it's difficult for anybody to talk about it, but they don't want to report the news on it at all, just because of some of the people that are in control in the media, where money's at. And so, I mean, I understand it's nothing that I would want to get into on the podcast, because I don't feel like a lot of people would enjoy what I thought about it. But for real, you know,
Like, if you were to turn on the news now, what's your go-to source for news that you've, like, turn on the TV?
yeah,
What do you go to?
I watch local first, and then I watch the regular network 6 o'clock news, because I feel like you get a little bit better range.
Or like CBS's news
Yeah.
or NBC? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like
And then
watching
I'll
the
go-
one overseas that we watch.
The Sky News.
Yeah.
Is that from England?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good because you get a nice broad range. It's less tailored to like the American sensibility, so you
Yeah.
get more of an idea of, you know, like maybe what you should be thinking about rather than, you know, what they want you to think about.
And they all have amazing accents.
Yeah.
Yes. Which that always makes things more enjoyable anyway.
Yeah. They could tell you somebody died in a horrific car crash, but with their amazing accent, it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Not really. We start getting you to work one of those for your news.
An accent?
Yeah.
Can we make her
Try it
her
now.
music with a British accent?
Yeah. Fish and chips. And
Use the word fish and chips.
so anyway, but yeah, so anything like that, I think that they like Sky News. I think Sky News is owned by NBC.
It is?
I think it is.
I don't know. It's good stuff. That's what I know.
So it's still, you know what I mean? It's still part of that. The media itself, news media itself, there's only like 6 different companies.
Sky News is owned by Sky Group.
Oh, okay.
Which is owned by Rupert Murdoch.
So that's the Fox News guy, right?
Didn't he get in deep shit?
I knew they were owned by, you know, another huge conglomerate. Is that the Fox, or is that the...
He's worth $22.7 billion with a
Yeah.
B.
Yep.
And he owns Fox News?
That's what they
That's
believe.
the guy?
He has the same birthday as you.
Yeah, Fox News.
Yeah. So there you go. But so, I mean, but that's what I was going to say. Like all the media conglomerates, there's only like 6 or 7 companies around the world that own all
I know
of them.
NBC Universal's like got a huge list.
Yeah, they're huge. That's probably why I thought they owned Sky News. But they've got a British company as well.
Sarah said the media here keeps things from us. Maybe it's on purpose, and maybe it's because gossip here and drama here sells and directs, but regardless, worldly news is definitely withheld to a huge extent.
Oh, yeah.
She said Fox and ABC are partners, and she thinks ABC and NBC are also working together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but they're all working they're all working together, even the ones at each other's throats, like Fox News and MSNBC. You know, they have their different ways of doing it, but they're there to split you up. MSNBC is trying to pull you as far left as they possibly can. Fox News is trying to pull you as far right as they can. Nobody is telling you the truth. The first second that you think you can turn on a television news source in the United States and think that you are being told the truth, you've lost.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which one you turn on. It doesn't matter what your political view is. As soon as you believe, oh, that guy's telling me the truth, got him. Got him.
Hooked him in.
I do watch PBS News when I'm home. I like that one.
It's probably one of the best radio stations for news is NPR. Mm-hmm. I mean, because it's publicly funded.
Unbiased.
Yeah. Yeah, or go turn on C-SPAN.
I'm a giving supporter.
Mm-hmm.
Monthly.
But
Have
then
been
also
for years, haven't you? Yeah.
Also think about with the streaming networks and the way that cable news and everything else has went, how difficult it is to turn on your television and watch PBS, or how difficult it is to turn on your television and get C-SPAN. If you don't have regular through-the-wall cable, it's virtually impossible.
Yeah, if I don't pay for it, I don't know. Does this still come through on an antenna?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. PBS does, but you can't get C-SPAN.
That's true.
You can't.
Because it's always been on cable. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they make it as difficult as possible So, I mean, when you have to go looking for your news, you know that you are at least on the right track. You may still not be told the truth, but if you can curate, if you can curate your own news story, like if you look at a news story and you go to, say 2 or 3 different outlets and just read an article about it, you're more likely going to pull away as much truth as you're going to get from the media as a whole. Mm-hmm. But I mean, as soon as it doesn't matter. Like like I said, I watch the network news, and then normally my go-to is MSNBC because there's just so much stupidity on Fox and lies that I can't deal with it. Not that there isn't on MSNBC, it's just not as blatant and in my face.
Yeah,
it doesn't insult my intelligence. At least MSNBC pretends like I'm smart. They're going to lie to me, but they're going to pretend like I'm halfway intelligent. Whereas Fox News is just like, hey, look at this, and it's just a big fucking gun. And an American flag.
Do you feel like it's been this way for a long time and we're just more aware of it? Or do you feel like Walter Cronkite?
No, that was the last.
Do you feel like he was, like, in his era?
Yeah.
That was legit?
Like a news reporter.
News.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just gone now. We're so fractured and it's so tribal. No one cares. Well, we talked about it, I don't know, it was a couple episodes ago. We talked about it with the Caitlyn Jenner thing. Mm-hmm. People don't care what the politics are. They'll overlook whatever they need to overlook as long as their team wins. And like, it's not, it's not hockey. Like, it's not, I can't look at my, the Blue Jackets and be like, oh, their defense is fucking terrible, but they're getting us W's, so whatever. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, when you're dealing with people's lives and real shit, it doesn't work like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to have some kind of fucking moral standard somewhere, and the middle gets lost. I feel like people like that we know that are legitimate middle of the road, because according to MSNBC and Fox News, I shouldn't exist. Why? I shouldn't believe that. I shouldn't believe in the Second Amendment and the right to own firearms, but then at the exact same time believe in like trans rights.
Oh, so you can believe in one but not the other.
Right.
Like that's not allowed.
No, I don't exist. And there's a huge gaping hole that is developing in American politics that these people like myself are falling into. And rather than deal with any of it, we're just checking out. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. I'm going to worry about what goes on at my house in my backyard, and I'm done with all this bullshit until it shows up on my street, or Karen over at Kroger is buying all the goddamn gasoline and toilet paper because you can't wipe your ass with a wet sock or believe, go find the news and figure out that we're not short on gas here. It's okay, sweetheart.
Yeah.
2 things. Sarah said that she watches MSNBC and CNN, but still takes it all with a grain of salt.
Yes,
mostly because she doesn't believe any of it.
Yeah.
And have you started making your shirts? You said trans, and it made me think that we're going to do the...
No, ideally what I wanted to do is like on a Friday when like the two of you guys are off, I'm just going to get in here and we're just going to stream it. And then
Oh, cool.
I'll stream my graphics application and everything so they can watch along. We can take ideas. We can just sit here and bullshit.
I love it.
Play music.
Because I already see a nice heather gray shirt, an Arch City in beautiful rainbow.
Yeah.
And then
we can just do some shit like that.
In the winter, a long sleeve one.
You already have it picked out.
Yes.
So yeah, but that was my idea.
Okay.
It was like
when's Pride Month?
June.
That's next month.
Okay.
You need to get on it.
It's not going to take any time to make the shirt. I wanted to, like, we had originally talked about streaming it.
Gotcha.
We're going to sit down and do like 12 months. We can sit here for like an hour and just bullshit. We could literally no topic whatsoever.
I didn't want anybody to think we'd forgotten about it.
No. I hadn't forgotten about it. The goal, like I said, is to have them along with us. Now it'll be boring as fuck for most of it because it'll be me dicking around on the computer, but at least we'll be able to talk. We can talk.
Oh, it won't be boring.
Do you work next Friday?
Yes, ma'am. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So yeah, you guys find a Friday.
Maybe a Saturday. Could we do it on a Saturday just afternoon?
Yeah, if you want to, we could make it. I mean, I didn't think it would transfer well into a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
it doesn't have to be.
Now, if we want to stream music, we have to be on.
I think we have to do Twitch.
Oh, we can't do Facebook. Oh, that's right. Because Facebook and YouTube are like.
Yeah,
cranky.
We'll just mute it.
Francis said, "Yes."
Yeah.
So even if we don't have music, we can still do Facebook.
Yeah, we'll do.
We can make our own. Did it.
We can. And we can have T's greatest hits.
No.
And then do the Ice Cream Man song. And we'll do news. I mean,
Frances already said she's going to buy one when we do. pick 'em.
fantastic.
So we need to
they're
do
coming.
that.
Yeah, they're coming. Then, but yeah, I just thought it would end up being boring if we recorded it for a podcast.
Yeah.
I think anybody that listens to it's gonna be like, what?
So we won't record it for podcast. It's just going to be a live feed.
It'll just be a stream.
Works for me.
Yeah, it'll just be
I
a
like
stream.
that idea.
Me too.
Let's do it. Next day off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it ASAP so we can get our pride shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whenever we can work it out, we'll have the, like I said, I'll put up an event so everybody knows.
And tank tops.
We can invite people. Need tank tops.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been telling you this.
No, I know.
Okay.
I didn't know you wanted one of the special ones though.
Oh, no. It doesn't have to be one of the special ones.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Just a tank top in general.
Just a tank top in general. So anyway,
Just GP.
so Justine, there you go. Is everybody's thoughts on the media manipulation? Yeah, it's out there. It's real. And
Probably the Illuminati.
if you take that's like I was excited for Mike to be here because I know Mike really gets into that. That's why I grabbed those two emails. So the way I started noticing it was because I started seeing like the way things got spun and on a certain channel. It doesn't matter, but the way things got spun, and then I would watch like the network or local news, and it was like, well, that's a completely different story, like, what the hell? And then you go, and it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go online and research this. I'm not gonna say what the topic was, but just go online, you start researching. And it's like, oh yeah, like, okay,
So you're getting different versions
yeah, you get whatever version
around
they
the
want.
same topic.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Because they want them to be the bad guy, or or they or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as they do that and they make you feel threatened, then I need more information on this, so you keep watching that. So that draws you in, it pulls you to that shit. So
Sarah said that her and Frances fall in that category also, in between. Honestly, what can we do? Americans are like pit bulls in the red zone. They only see in tunnel vision, and you can't do anything to get them to focus or see anything else around them. And by tunnel vision, I mean my opinion is absolute, and if you have a different one, then you are not woke, and you are a sheep.
Yes.
It's the mantra of both sides.
yes, it absolutely is.
And I agree with you. I'm right in the middle. I don't care who you want to carry your 9mm or whatever it is. Go ahead.
Right.
But let's be nice to people that feel different about their bodies. Mm-hmm. Like, why?
What business is it of mine?
It doesn't. If you came to me tomorrow and said, Allison, I feel like something's wrong, and I need to do this. Well, come on, let's go.
Right.
Like, why can't we support those folks?
Yeah.
Like, you can have both.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like I said, if you look at Fox or you look at MSNBC, that doesn't exist. That's impossible. That's impossible for you to have free thought and to somehow exist in a gray area of just giving a shit about yourself and other people. That's impossible. You're either far left and you care about everybody else and you're willing to sacrifice everything to make sure everybody else is fucking okay, or you're absolutely far right where the only thing you give a fuck about is yourself and fuck everybody else. You can't, supposedly now you can't exist in that gray space in the middle.
Well, put me in a gray space because that's where I'm at.
Anyway, that's your media manipulation update for today. Thanks, Janice. Or Justine, sorry. Whoops. Justine, George, and Brenda, thank you very much for emailing the show. If you want to email the show, you can, archcityparanormal@gmail.com. If you want to watch along live, we're here every Saturday at 6 o'clock. Remember that this goes away tonight. It'll go back to YouTube. You can subscribe there, and then this will come up. It'll release on Friday along with the podcast. So,
Yes.
Are you ready?
I guess.
Okay, we're going to give you a breather. I can pitch Patreon one more time.
No. Are we going to do the paranormal drama?
You want? But all I can do is just tell a story. It's not.
Yeah, but they're always so good.
So, I wish I had the picture.
Can I find it for you? You think?
Yeah, probably, but I don't want it to show up on whose page it's on. So anyway, there's a mummy.
Nobody can see it except for us.
Oh yeah, it's true. I keep thinking that everybody can watch. My bad.
Write it down.
Yeah. Well, they can see from the camera. No, I'm not. Don't.
No, they can't.
Yeah,
They
they
can't.
can. Yes, they can. So we're gonna skip it. So anyway, there's a mummy, and they're putting it into an MRI machine, but it's like they've got it like with cotton on it. Do you like to support it?
Oh,
because they're gonna run it through an MRI.
Okay.
So apparently, someone said, "Hey, the angle of it, the color of it, and everything. Hey, that looks like a cheesesteak."
A cheesesteak?
A cheesesteak. Okay.
As in a sandwich.
Yeah. No fucking big deal. Like, whatever. I thought it looked like a fucking cheesesteak the first time I saw it because it looked like a fucking cheesesteak.
Okay.
Apparently, someone was offended by this.
Why?
I don't know why, but she snaps back at this lady and says, "Oh, I know you thought it looked like a cheesesteak. I've seen the size of your ass."
Oh, shoot. Shots
I
fired.
was like, you got to be that one right there. That's it.
Okay, it does look like a cheesesteak. Looks
Look,
like a bun,
there's
cheese, and meat.
There's an actual news story about this, and I know that one of our friends that is watching was on this particular thread.
I can see it. I really can. Like if you're kind of like, oh hey,
Just scrolling.
It looks like a big ass cheesesteak.
If you're just scrolling,
So I'm
looks like a
assuming
Philly.
this picture
Go-
here on the
go
left.
Google. Not you. If you're watching along, go Google King Tut as cheesesteak. And check that out. Because that's exactly what it looks like. And of course we'll put the link in the comments if you want to check it out. Look, that's from 2017 even. But yeah, so she comments and says, "I thought that was a cheesesteak, LOL, like whatever."
Right.
And then this bitch snaps back like, "Oh yeah, bet you did. I've seen the size of your ass." Like, whoa!
Shots fired.
Holy shit, man! Like, okay. So then that went back and forth, and a friend of mine posted about it in the group that it was attached to, and it just turned into a whole thing. And I commented on it, of course, because how could I pass that up?
What did you say?
I said, if that doesn't look, it was Thursday. It was Thursday at right about lunchtime. And I said, if that son of a bitch doesn't look like a cheesesteak to you, I'm questioning your food choices. That's what I said.
Sarah and Francis both said it totally does.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. So they Googled it and they can see.
I'm assuming what he's laying in was the bottom of his tomb,
Right.
coffin, whatever you want to call it.
Or, yeah, something.
And it's because I doubt they would move him. They probably just
Yeah.
took the top off.
Yeah.
He is of a brown color, little charred looking.
A little old.
He's a bit old, and he looks like in the one picture. If the people weren't standing there, you would think that that's just a cheesesteak.
Yes.
Needs a little more peppers, onions, and cheese.
Yes.
but
Yes.
Yes.
I could get it because the fluff of the cotton
It is a
or
bland-
whatever around him looks like a sub bun.
It is a bland Central Ohio cheesesteak is what
Yes.
that looks like.
That is not
It is
from
actually
Jersey Mike's.
correct. It is
I could
actually
get down on one, though.
it is actually a mummy, and so yeah, that was some of the drama. And then like this other team that was like attached to it, and of course she tagged, because the girl that responded back with the fat ass comment.
Yeah.
I hope this gets run. I hope somebody shares it. She responds back. She's you with this paranormal group. She is the founder's wife. Responds back to her with, "Oh, you got a fat ass," or whatever. Like, oh my God. Like, are you fucking kidding
You'd
me?
be so pissed if I did that.
Yeah, so yes.
All over a picture and a goofy comment.
So dumb. I'll have to show you guys.
Yes, please.
Yes, you will.
I'll have to show you guys. It is absolutely insane. And one of my favorite comments was from someone who said, "Ooh, look, another paranormal group that I don't have to fuck with." Done with them. Oh, of course, and it's just, I don't know why somebody would be that nasty. Like, why would you, who gives a shit, man?
There must be way more behind the scenes that we don't know about.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But at the same time, like, are you that worried about a news story you post that somebody would make a comment that
Like that's something
it's hard enough?
you put on a little laughy emoji.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have anything to say, nice.
Don't say anything.
Just keep scrolling.
Just move along. And it's hard enough. We've talked about it. We were talking about it just yesterday how difficult it is now to even get fucking views on Facebook if you don't pay for them. Mm-hmm. So you get a comment. All that does is it gets you like another 30 views. They'll show like 30 more people because somebody commented on it. You comment whatever the fuck you want to on any Arch City stuff. I don't give a damn. Go comment whatever the hell you want. It just means that another 20 or 30 people are going to see it because it's got another comment on it because the Facebook algorithm is so fucked up. But yeah, so yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
To whomever made the comment about, I thought it was the cheesesteak. I stand with you, friend.
Fucking A. Because that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, and the pictures were tiny until I blew them up. So
yeah.
Easy mistake. It's okay. We don't need to get all butthurt about it.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
What did I do?
She made the big ass comment. You said, "Don't get butthurt."
Oh, I wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't putting that together.
No, you're a consummate professional. That's what you do. That's what we do here.
Thank you.
Sarah said that kind of attitude is all over the internet. It's disgusting.
It's because and part of it's been the pandemic. People have been locked up. They haven't had to deal with other people, and now it's just safe to
Well, you're behind a screen.
Yeah, to lay in bed
you can do whatever
and
you want.
Bang out some bullshit with your thumbs, like that'll show Denise. Like, oh, you poor people. Okay. So now, are we going to get into the Piketon murder?
We can get into it whenever you want.
I have a would you rather if you want to do that. Or do you want to end with that?
No, let's end with that.
Okay.
So if you guys want to, you can check out our Patreon. It's live and up now. You have to go to patreon.com/ArchCity. There's all kinds of extra free stuff there.
You get to do it now.
What am I doing?
You get to do that.
Oh,
watch
the chat?
comments.
Yeah, because I got to do
Okay.
stuff.
All right. I got it. So you can go check that out. We would appreciate any of the support you can give us there. So we've got a story that T's been working on about the Piketon Massacre.
It's not even the story. It's the conspiracy theories around it.
Okay.
Because there's multitude. So, Allison, you have to help me with the original description of what happened.
Okay.
So in 2016, April 21st and 26th, Jesus, April 21st and 22nd of 2016, it was discovered that 8 members of the Roden family had been murdered, but they were all in separate,
4 different
different locations. And long story made very short, the Wagner family was arrested for all the murders.
8 of them? I believe there were 8. There were 8 were initially arrested.
Was it 8? I thought it was 4.
Was it? Oh, 6. Because remember the 2 grandmas?
Yeah, towards the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So initially they arrest 4 people.
Correct.
And then later on they go figure out that Nana was in on it too.
Nanas.
Yeah. That's what I'm. Yeah.
So I think it was a couple days later they went and got
the Meemaws.
the 2 older gals, like the matriarchs.
So how'd that go? So they're found dead. How are they found dead? Like what happens?
Well, hey, let me whip out my handy dandy notes because that's actually one of
let's set the whole.
So let me find her name.
Almost.
That sounded like I'm a big kid now.
See, that's what I need to have it on the button. I should
Was
have.
that Toys R Us?
That's pull-ups.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I'm trying to find the name. What the fuck?
So I've got some.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the
info
name of who
here.
found. Okay, so who found them? Found the first 2 bodies was a niece.
Are you talking about
Fuck. Not the drug cartel. Montana.
This is going swimmingly.
Shut up.
do you
I
mean
have so many pages of notes. It's
she does.
Stupid.
She's got like 10 pages.
So what do we got here?
It just says the bodies were first discovered April 22nd after the sister of one of the victims, Dana.
That's who it was. Dana walks in.
Yes.
Dana Manley.
Yes. She came to feed the pets.
Yes, she walks in and she discovers the first 2 of the.
I thought this said Bobby Joe found them.
Yeah, Dana was one of the victims.
You're right.
Yes.
Bobby Joe Manley found him.
Okay.
Found Dana, and I don't know, because there's so many fucking names, you can't keep everybody straight.
There's a lot of names.
So she walks in and she finds the first 2. She calls the police, and then
2 more were discovered
by her brother.
At the same location?
Different home
location.
on the property.
Okay.
It's like a big, like from what I understood, like a big bit of acreage, but
Yeah.
there were a couple homes on this property.
Okay.
Now, we'll just go ahead and dive into this first one if I can fucking find it. There it is right there. She found Gary and Chris Jr. is who she found. I've heard the 911 phone call that she makes to the Pike County Sheriff's Department. She is cool, calm, and collect. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm calling to make you aware of 2 murders. Okay, where are you? She gives the address. She goes, do you know who the people are? Yeah. And then she gives the names, whoever the fuck it was. Who was it? Whoever. And she's like, cool, calm. And where are you? I'm staying outside by the road.
Is it because maybe she wasn't like related to them directly?
She was related to them directly.
But not by marriage or anything. They were blood relatives.
Sister.
Okay.
This gal was a sister.
Okay.
Yeah. Then James Manley, which is Dana Roden's brother, found his sister, his niece, and his nephew.
At a separate home on the property again? So
Correct.
3 different crime scenes.
So far.
Okay. So 3 different crime scenes, all the same property.
6 bodies.
Okay.
All children were spared.
Yes.
None of the kids were killed. In fact, one of the homes, they walked in and a toddler walked out and met them at the door covered in blood. It had been playing in one of its parents' blood.
Is that the one that came to the door and said, Daddy's playing zombie again?
Yes, that
Okay.
one.
So they used to play like games.
Right.
They were big into The Walking Dead.
Yes, that's what it was. And this little, he was what, 3 or 4
I
maybe?
think he was like 3, yeah.
When it happened. And then, but he came out of this room and it's like, oh, Daddy's playing zombie again. Because they would play this zombie game.
Right.
No.
Oh.
It was, yeah. And the baby was found, the infant was 5 days old.
Yeah.
Was found in the bed, spared next to mom.
Dead.
Dead.
Shot in the head.
And it tells you here exactly where they
was
were
who.
shot.
Yeah.
And how old they were. And
Holy shit.
So we'll go ahead and dive into that first conspiracy theory. Oh, and then they couldn't find the youngest one, Jake.
he was 16.
Yeah.
This Christopher Roden. Did he go by Jake, I think?
One of them went by Jake. Anyways, they couldn't find him, and the school called, and they were worried.
Yeah, because he hadn't reported to school that day.
And it was all over. Pike County is a itty-bitty little town. They're considered a village. So, I mean, it's so tiny, everybody knows everybody.
Right. And this is southern Ohio.
Like an hour and a half.
Outside of Columbus.
Columbus.
Like how far is it from like Cincinnati?
An
I think
hour?
As a point of
I don't even,
reference.
yeah.
It wasn't far.
All right. Just as a point of reference, because there's a lot of people that listen that aren't from Ohio.
Oh, here.
So
60 miles from Cincinnati.
there you go. So it's like an hour outside of Cincinnati.
Yeah. So James found them.
So right now we have how many victims?
As of right now, there's 6.
There's 6 people dead right now. 3 different crime scenes, all on one property. Because they had a rather large plot of land, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And here's a nice little timeline we can refer to.
Yeah, that'll be nice. So Bobby finds the first 2. James finds the next 3. I don't know who found the rest of them. I don't remember even how they fucking
Yeah, well, it
found
says,
Chris.
Well, I mean, once the cops ended up on the property, I don't mean to step on you.
No, you're fine.
I'm just guessing, like, once the cops showed up on the property, and even if there were 2 people dead in this house, they're going to the other houses to knock on the door, at the very least, to find out,
like,
hey.
check in.
Yeah,
Which is
like,
how they found Chris Jr. He was the very last one they found.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were searching houses, wasn't it? Once they
don't-
started finding the connections.
I don't specifically remember.
don't
This
either.
just says at 1:26 that afternoon, a 911 call reported an 8th body, an adult male, at a 4th residence in Piketon.
Yeah. So Bobby Joe took
Go ahead. I can hold on to this.
took and passed 3 polygraphs. And they said it's very normal for the people to find the bodies to be immediately looked at. They said that's totally
Oh, yeah.
normal.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that the property?
So,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Margot said that she thought one of the homes was not on the same property.
I don't think the 4th one is.
Yeah,
there is
he
a
was found
fourth-
somewhere
So
else.
I was going to say,
There's total 4 crime scenes.
4 crime scenes,
Yes.
3 on the same property.
Yes.
So there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So James Manley, at 2:00 in the morning of the murders, was texting Jake Wagner, which has got to be Chris. No, Jake is the dad of the babies, of the 5-day-old.
We're fighting with paywalls again with Google, everybody. Don't even get me started.
It's so annoying.
It really is. And I don't think they ever call him Jake in this article.
Edward Jake Wagner is one of the people that did it.
Yeah. So James Manley, the brother, and the uncle, that sounds bad, but was texting Jake Wagner at 2:00 in the morning, the morning of the murders. Took a polygraph test and failed it. There was no sufficient evidence though, so they couldn't do anything with him. So they had to let him go.
Yeah, because those are still inadmissible.
In the state of Ohio, the defense and the prosecutor both have to agree to let it in.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If one of them...
Why would they ever agree with each other?
Hell, who knows?
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I
You
know.
talk about some political bullshit. Why would they ever agree with each other? Like, in what situation? I mean, I'm not by no means my attorney, but if it's exonerating me, then my defense attorney is going to want it in. The prosecutor isn't because he wants to get the conviction.
Right.
But then vice versa.
Well, they both...
If it makes me guilty, my lawyer, if he's worth a fuck, is going to be like, well, hell no, we don't want that in. The prosecutor's going to be like, yeah, I want it in because it shows that he's guilty. So when would they ever...
They both might think they can spin it in their direction for their...
Oh, no. My defense attorney tries to tell me that he can... Don't worry, I can... that's a bad polygraph, but I can spin it so we can get... Fuck you, dude. Fuck out of here.
I
Sorry.
found a really nice little timeline, I think,
Okay, good.
if we need it. Okay.
So James nor Bobby were ever arrested. They didn't have sufficient evidence.
Now, what's their relationship to them? What's James and Bobby's relationship to the family?
James is the brother of Dana Roden and the uncle of her kids.
Okay.
Dana was the oldest. She was the mom of the Roden kids.
Gotcha.
Okay. But for some reason, they felt the need to put GPS on James Manley's truck. And he found it. So they arrested him. A little over a year after the murders.
The cops did that?
Yep.
How'd they do that? How'd they do that without a warrant?
I don't know. They put a GPS device on his truck. He found it and removed it, and they arrested him for messing with, like, tampering with evidence and something else.
Vandalism.
Yeah.
Over the destruction of the tracking device they placed on his truck.
Without a search warrant?
Right. But they're saying that they think that they were using it as a reason to arrest him so they could hold him long enough.
To get him.
Right.
So did he not have an attorney? Did he not have anyone representing him at the
You
time?
got to remember,
I mean, I'm at
Piketon's
best...
it's a poor community.
Yeah, but at the same, you're guaranteed representation. I'm not at best. I am a rudimentary jailhouse lawyer. If they put a tracking device on your car without a search warrant, and then you're arrested for tampering with said tracking device, it seems like idiot ambulance chaser from downtown Piketon could walk in and go, "No, my dude's coming with me." It just seems like...
I know, you'd think, but I don't know.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, indeed. So charges were dropped 6 days later, so he got out.
Okay.
And he's not been charged with anything since.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. Okay, so that's the ones that found him. One of the conspiracies they had was the Demolition Derby conspiracy. So Jake...
As to why all these people were murdered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Jr. and Frankie, who's part of the Gorman family. Chris Jr.'s dead.
Are we sure that there was no warrant? Can you Google that, Allison? Mm-hmm.
That bothers you, doesn't it?
Well, Margot's asking the same question, but it sounds to me like there wasn't a warrant, and it seems like that's probably why he got, released 6 days later. And they probably pulled some fucking shady shit like fucking cops do, and they fucking arrest you on like Friday afternoon. Like, oh, judge isn't going to be able to see it until Monday at noon. Sorry, here you go, you fucking dickhead.
Which gives them the whole weekend.
Right, give you the whole weekend to gather up some other horse shit to try to keep you locked up in there. So Allison's looking that up now, Margo. We're on that. Go ahead, T.
So, Chris Jr. was huge into demolition derby, did it a lot, had a vehicle that, what is that called? It's not racing. That they...
Drifting?
I don't know. What's it?
Demolition derby?
Yeah, what do you call that?
Oh,
he was big into derby
It's a
and...
derby car.
Okay.
I mean, they crash into each other.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so you can last the longest.
It's a crunch car.
Yeah, I didn't know what you'd call it. I'm like, it's not really a race. So anyways, he, let's see, he was like participating in a derby, and him and this Frankie Gorman kid got into it. No. Oh, I suck at this. Chris Jr. and Frankie, there are so many fucking names, man. I can't keep people straight. Fought with Tommy Gorman. That's what it was. To the point that Chris Jr. and Frankie, I have no idea who this Frankie dude is, just a friend of his, went to this Tommy Gorman's house, beat the fuck out of him so bad that Tommy's grandfather had to come out and shoot a shotgun to get him to fucking leave. And like, they like really fucked him up.
Right.
So one of the conspiracy theories is that the Gorman family did it as payback for them beating the fuck out of their kid. I don't know.
Right.
I think it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. I mean, if he was in his front lawn with the shotgun right then, he could probably blasted him there, and under Ohio law, he could have maybe got away with it.
Yeah.
Rather than to show up at their house and shoot him in the head.
Yeah. Then there's another one. They never really said what the link was. A Rusty Mongold was got in a fight with Chris Jr. In case you haven't caught the theme, Chris Jr. was a hothead. They said he had a really bad temper. I guess Chris Jr. supposedly
Gotcha.
hit Rusty with his car. And
Just sounds like he was good at.
yeah. 2 weeks before the murders, Rusty posted threats on Facebook saying that he was going to take care of him and the entire family. So much so that the sheriff's department actually tested his DNA for the murders, but he got off.
So it wasn't him.
No.
It wasn't him. Okay.
Wasn't me.
And then in response to our warrant question, it says an agent with the BCI placed the device on James Manley's truck on April 22nd, according to his arrest warrant. A search warrant in the case indicated that investigators believed the truck was used in connection with an aggravated murder or by a person intending such a crime.
So there was a warrant.
There was a search warrant.
There was a warrant. Okay, well then that, I wonder how they got that tossed. See, they didn't have bad lawyers. If a lawyer got that tossed.
Well, the problem is the Rodan family, we're going way ahead of things. The Rodan family actually, they left Ohio. They moved to Alaska until they ran out of money. And then they had to come back. And now they're back down there again.
Yeah. The ones that survived, you mean?
Wagner family. God bless.
Yeah.
The Wagner, because they were getting
clear on who
I
we're
know,
talking
I'm getting
about.
confused.
The Wagners did the killing. The Rodans were
Did the
supposedly,
Supposedly.
and then the Rodan family was the one where was the group of folks that were killed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So sorry.
That's okay. There's
Yep.
a lot of
A lot of names.
names.
The Wagner family was being tormented in Piketon. Like, even people who aren't being accused of these murders.
The Wagner family is being
Just like
persecuted.
Distant cousins.
Yeah.
The Wagner family is being harassed in Pike County.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
you gotta be clear
In
on the
Piketon.
names.
Yes, I'm trying.
Okay.
Like, there was one, she's a niece, wasn't she? Mm-hmm. She was talking about, she went to the grocery store, came out, and people had thrown glass bottles all over her car and at her car, throwing trash and shit on her car. She's like, I have not even done anything. I didn't have anything to do with it. So
Just guilt by association.
Is this like a Hatfield McCoy situation? Like
No, they're actually
these
really-
these two families, were they always sort of butting heads, or
no, they were actually super, 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 super close. Long time, like, generational family friends. The father of the Rodan and the father of the Wagners started a business, and they said shortly before, which we will get into that. Let me find it. Something happened with the business. They don't know what happened, and then they hated each other. It was bad blood.
okay?
Yeah. Because, I mean, should we do the most common conspiracy theory? I mean, what the one everybody thinks it is?
Yes, but I think we need to find to make sure we have
The name's right.
our names correctly. Frankie Roden was the one that he was the dad to the little baby, right? Was he the one
No,
that
it
was...
was the mom was the Roden. The father was a Wagner.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's just so much. This
There's
is why
so
I need
many.
my diorama that we talked about.
Hannah Roden was murdered. She was the mother of the 4-day-old child of Jake Wagner's kid. I don't know if it's a boy or girl.
I think it's a little girl.
That's what they believe that the motivation for this was
Potential custody.
Was the
yes.
was the custody problem was to eliminate the family that may get in the way of him getting custody of this
Correct.
kid.
Because they had split up while she was pregnant, and she had moved on with someone else, and he was not dealing well.
Well, yeah.
2 days after they were murdered, he filed for custody of the kids because she had his other child too. This would have made number 2.
Yeah.
for
And
them.
didn't it come out that baby was not his?
Yeah, the kid wasn't even his.
Yeah.
They did a DNA test afterwards.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oopsie. So I mean, that's the most common, well-known one that everybody.
Right.
What you got?
Nothing.
Okay.
Hatfields and McCoys. Margot was agreeing with me.
Margot's amazing.
It does sound like that. I mean, when I'm sure we'll get into it more, but like I said, like the first time I heard it, and they started talking about how they were hustling weed and they were doing their own thing.
That's where we're going now.
That was initially my first thought. Was like, well, it's rural down there. There's probably limited distribution. If there's a cartel connected in some way that maybe they were infringing on, fuck you, everybody dies. So even just for weed.
Even before DeWine came out, because at the time he was the attorney general, even before he came out, you were screaming cartel.
Yeah.
Because they took everybody out.
Yeah.
Because they found 3 grow operations?
Yeah.
3 or 4?
All properties
So 4.
had plants. They found 200 pot plants on all properties. Each plant equaled a pound. So the street value was $2,000. They had over $400,000 worth of pot. At that time, when all that happened, pot had just been legalized in Ohio for medical sale. So it could have been grown for that, but they don't think it was. They were saying that the killings themselves seemed very personal, so they don't think it was the cartel, and that the cartel would have killed the dogs and the kids as well.
That's fair.
That no one would have been left behind. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, that makes sense. They also said, too, that where their property was at, for that size of a growing operation, they would need special lights, which I don't agree with, because if it's outside, you don't need anything.
Not necessarily. I mean, it would depend on the location. I mean, it's not... Do you want more light? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you want more light for it to be a better grow cycle. Like, it's like marijuana is going to grow better at the equator.
Oh, okay.
So being that you're in, southern Ohio versus the equator, or not at the very least, say southern Florida.
Right.
So they're probably...
Well, what they were saying was, and we know this from experience because we've all been to Piketon.
We've all grown pot. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
It's very rural, and there's no street lights and stuff, and that's what they're saying is there were 0 street lights on that road. So if it was that kind of a growing operation, you would have seen the light to grow that many.
Didn't they talk about how the electricity bill, too,
Yeah, would have gone up.
if they had that
it would have been ridiculous,
kind of true grow operation, like in the basement of a house or in a barn or something. Yeah.
But here's the flip side. In August of 2012, Mexican drug cartel is actually very well known in southern Ohio, which I didn't know this. Ross, Pike, and Scioto counties. They're big down there.
They're run by them.
Yeah, I didn't know this. They did find major grow sites in Pike County with ties to the Mexican cartel. They destroyed 1,200 plants. And the major road that runs through Piketon comes to Columbus, which is central, so they can get it out everywhere.
Well, it's just like if they can get a foothold there, it's a rural community. You've got a captive audience. You've got the customers are there. But also you have to think of it in terms of distribution. There's a reason why Columbus, Ohio is so popular for distribution centers. It's because we're so close to the
We're
majority
within
of the
like a
population
day's drive
of everything.
like 90% of the country or something.
So I mean, it's exactly the same if you're trying to move weed. I mean, you know, so I mean, it stands to reason that they're involved,
Right.
somehow.
Yeah. They also thought it was a little weird too that the rodents had attack dogs. They had security cameras. I've lived in the country. You live in the country. You don't need security cameras out there. Hell, you don't even lock doors. So what were they hiding? Were they protecting the growing sites they had? I don't know. Was it the Mexican cartel? I don't know. And Kenneth Roden, who is the brother of Christopher Roden, was found, and his murder scene was the worst of everybody's. He was shot 9 times. Everybody else was just shot once in the head. And he had money thrown all over him and all around him.
That's right.
Yeah, so they think that's a little odd as well.
Do you think it was as a way to like throw
Send a
people
message.
off and like, hey, we're going to make it look like this was drug related?
I don't know. It's amazing to me. I have all these pages of notes, and we've almost gone through all of them. That's insane. That's fast. So, anyways, okay, the Wagner.
Go ahead.
The,
No, go ahead.
what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
So, do you think it's still cartel? Do you still think that?
Maybe. I don't know. I think that it'll be interesting once this all plays out because they're in court now, right?
Oh, there was a twist with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Do you have
going
that
on
pulled
with
up?
the court?
So Jake Wagner, the gentleman who was that filed for custody after all this happened, he pled guilty in April.
And turned state's evidence.
Against everybody else?
It's his parents, his 2 meemaws, and his uncle? Right?
Well, so then, I mean, why would he lie?
We are a death penalty state. His attorney stood up in court and said that he realizes he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail with 0 options to ever get out on parole or anything else. I think it's to avoid the death penalty. But I mean, when's the last time Ohio killed anybody?
Yeah, as part of the agreement, he pled guilty to 8 counts of aggravated murder and agreed to testify against his mother, father, and brother, who are charged with systematically killing the family in hits carried out at 4 separate mobile homes in 2016. They've all entered their not guilty pleas.
But he pled guilty.
And I thought there was talks of his brother turning state's evidence too. It makes you wonder. It's like, what do they know?
Well, I mean, if that's the thing is that if they didn't do it, then you would think that their attorney would be, telling them, plead not guilty. I mean, I'm not sure why.
Unless there's crazy evidence.
I mean, a lot of times the justice system depends on you taking a plea deal rather than going to trial because they threaten you with, how terrible your sentence could be or whatever. But it's your life anyway. Like you're going to either die in prison one way or another.
right.
And then the appeal process that you have for a death penalty case anyway, I just don't see where an attorney would be like, okay, yeah, we know you didn't do it, but let's go ahead and we'll testify against everybody else or allow you to do that.
Yeah, because you're not really.
Because I mean, the majority of cases when they go to trial, they just take plea deals. The prosecutor that the district attorney that you vote for or whatever, hardly ever is in a court. Hardly ever.
Did you see what his plea is? What he got in return for his plea?
No, what did he get?
Death penalty off the table, and he'll serve 8 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus more than 100 years for other charges in the case.
Yeah, so he's just signed to go to prison forever.
Yeah.
He admitted to being personally responsible for 5 of the deaths.
Ooh, girl, I hope they put this on court TV. We gonna DVR the fuck out of it.
It's pretty well known at this point. So, I would think they probably would.
Oh, I hope they do.
Yeah. It would be interesting to follow up with it, especially to hear his testimony.
Yeah.
Because it takes everything else off the table. Like all the, the guy at the, the demolition derby, the Mexican cartel.
Oh, we didn't even do the road rage. I skipped over that one on accident. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
There's even a spot where they found, they thought they were maybe running a cockfighting enterprise.
Really?
Because they had found certain number of roosters or something on the property. And they thought maybe that could have been somehow related. I just read that.
Huh. I'd not heard of that.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that was covered in the podcast at all.
I never heard anything about that.
I mean, they bet on that shit. I mean, it's like dog fighting. They bet on
Yeah.
that stuff.
Sad. How can you do that? People suck. So anyways, there was the connection you were asking about between the Wagners and the Rodans. Chris Sr. and Bill Wagner were friends, business partners. They fell out in April of 2016. And when was the murders? April 2016. So yeah, right before.
Your font is so small on here.
I'm sorry, make it bigger.
No wonder you can't read it.
Ew. Do you want to hold it up closer?
Do you want me to read it?
Sarah, why do you have to be mean to me all the time?
I didn't even say it. She did.
No. She was trying to help. You're just being condescending.
I didn't even say anything.
So Chris said he always thought it was the cartel, and then Sarah said I think it was either drug related and the drug involvement was more involved that investigators know or that they had something in their possession that was desirable and secret. It's very possible that Jake took some of the blame. Was that what you meant? She asked her to. That Jake took the blame and were suckered into some kind of hit on the rodents. So, I mean, I don't know. It just seems to me like, I mean, again, like what you said, it's rural Ohio, but I mean, you have to pass a bar exam or whatever. I just don't see a defense attorney being like, okay, yeah, we know you didn't do this, but
I don't see a Mexican cartel going to itty bitty little village of Piketon.
I don't necessarily. Well, now that he's confessed to it, that's what I'm saying. Like now that he's confessed to it, I don't necessarily do either. However,
And if it is Mexican cartel, they'll
not.
fucking kill him.
yeah, it's not out of the scope of believability.
But is that enough street value of marijuana
400,000?
for them to be involved?
Right.
It just doesn't seem like enough.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is if the cartel's there and they want no competition, but they see the potential competition that they could have, maybe then they'd be like, okay, we're going to snuff this out. Maybe that's it. I don't necessarily believe that anymore, but that would be my thing. Is they're just going to, no, you're not going to compete with us. And, they just take, because you figure the advantages of it, of growing it themselves in Southern Ohio, you don't have to worry about smuggling it across the border. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. There's plenty of space. You can go out and hide it. I mean, they got to go looking for it in helicopters now to spot the fields.
And you can distribute it an hour and a half or an hour away. You've got two huge colleges.
Yeah.
You got OSU and Cincinnati.
This is why you should just decriminalize it, make it legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to start with decriminalization first. But that's why look, I mean.
Totally
anyway.
understand. Yes, I agree. Right there with you. Okay, so Chris Sr. and Bill Wagner had the business, fell out in April, and when it ended, Bill threatened to finish them all. Family members said they have no idea what caused the fight, what the falling out between the two of them was. And like I said, his crime scene was the worst. They also drug his body and positioned it. They didn't do that to anybody else. They were all shot in bed where they slept.
And so was this Kenneth guy? Was he? That's the one you're talking about that there was positioned, correct?
No. Chris
Okay.
Sr.,
Okay,
the ex-husband of Dana.
gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure out, like, who's the family leader, and if they use that guy to make an example of, then that goes back to the
I see what you're saying.
the cartel thing. But again, like I said, but this kid, I mean, turning on his parents, his siblings and his parents.
Could you do it? Could you turn on your mom? Testify against her?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what purpose other than not having the death penalty.
Yeah.
It doesn't really serve any purpose. You're fucked.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if
you're fucked for real. And then, I mean, and then also, if you look at it, if you get the death penalty and they put you on death row, the availability to appeals and the appeal process that you have, I mean, I don't know how old the guy is, but I mean, you've got probably 25 or 30 years before you would ever see an injection.
Well, that's him. He's not that old.
And you would be in much better conditions. You would not be out in gen pop. You know, you are segregated from the rest of the population. You get a better situation being on death row. There's guys that have went to prison and ended up killing in prison to go to death row because you're treated better there. So,
yeah, and you're by yourself.
Yes.
Get your own joint.
Yeah.
Your own place.
It says he gave a full count of the killings and led them to evidence investigators had not previously discovered. With his help, authorities were able to recover the guns used in the killings and the vehicles the families drove that night.
Yeah, there you go. Mystery solved.
Yeah. Well, that defeats all my...
No, it's good. It's good shit. Francis said, I hope they have this all on TV too so I can watch. Yeah, for sure. T's down. T's probably going to call off work to watch it.
Oh my God, Francis, viewing party.
And Chris says, and it's crazy because of the last name and it happened April 22nd on my birthday. Yeah, well, you know, we need to worry about you, Chris.
Is his last name Roden? Or Wagner?
Wagner.
Oh, shoot.
I see you.
Is there something you need to tell us?
No, we're friends.
You can call in. We'll get a
close.
first murderer account.
We're close friends. Nobody cross Chris.
So do you want the rest of the conspiracy?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, let's go.
Because now that we figured it all out.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean we figured it out. Just that, I mean, you know.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So another thing that they're wondering is if it was the town itself was corrupt. The sheriff was corrupt. The sheriff's department sucked. And this was coming from family members and residents of Piketon. There were 3 unsolved homicides within short periods of time before the Rodan murders. One was a mom and daughter were killed in January. Same way. Shot execution style in their beds middle of the night. No clue who did it. Then 2 weeks before the Rodan murders, a couple, Douglas and Caroline, were shot execution style in their bed middle of the night. 4 kids left alive.
Okay.
And then Curtis and Jennifer in 2006 shot in the head while in bed in the middle of the night. So the connection is, which one was it? The first ones? Was it the first ones?
There it is. That's another one.
Oh, I can't stand
We
you.
just got to put them all together.
The mom and daughter, the first ones that I told you about, the mom was friends with the Rodens. And they think that her sister thinks that she was in on drug dealing.
Were those murders ever
No.
solved?
No, none of them were.
So what's this say about the, I'm not sure I follow. What's this say about the sheriff? That he's the one killing people?
No, they're fucking stupid. So they found impounded vehicles of the Wagners, and they impounded all 4 trailers of the Rodens. They put them in a warehouse.
Together?
With
Yeah.
no
There's no guards. There's no
guards
nothing.
or anything. Anybody could have access to this.
Huh?
Could get into this.
Which breaks the chain of
warehouse.
command, first of all.
The custody, not command.
Custody. Sorry.
What?
Yeah. And then once a reporter got a hold of this and figured this out, the sheriff, Reeder, that was his name, begged them to not put the news story out and bribed them and told them he would give them all access to anything that happens with the case as long as they didn't expose it. He dirty. Hold on. It gets worse.
I don't know how dirty he is if he's just inept.
Well, in June 2019, he was indicted on 8 felony charges and 8 misdemeanor charges not related to the Wagner family murders. He was charged with conflict of interest, theft in office, tampering with evidence, and stealing money from drug arrests in Pike County.
The misappropriation of funds.
Yeah.
I remember that.
To fund his gambling habit. Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, he dirty Gertie.
What the hell?
Yeah. So the one on the top right is the one that went state's evidence.
Right, I got you.
The one next to him is the one talking about going state's evidence. The dude to the left is dad. Below is mom. And those two, those are the meemaws. They tampered with evidence and were falsifying records, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Wasn't it something about the custody petition or something like that? That
That they were
falsified?
messing with?
Yeah, that they
I think
falsified?
so.
I thought I heard that.
I think so.
So which one there is dad to the kid that they were all fighting over, supposedly? Him?
Top
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So the guy that turned state's evidence.
Yes.
It makes you wonder if it was his fault or his idea. Or maybe it was mom and Nana sitting
There
around.
was something about that Frederica.
Who's she?
One of the grandmas?
Uh-huh.
I think it's... Yes, this one right here. That has the flying...
She looks dead. She got nothing to lose.
No. She's fucking loaded. She owns the Flying
W Farms.
They-
They have money.
They
Yeah.
created a breed of horse years ago, and the only place you can get this breed of horse is them. And people come from all over to get this horse. I guess it's won races and shit, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
All right.
But I would love to know who is the ultimate mastermind.
Yeah, like who's the one that thought all this up?
Like, did someone have an inkling of an idea? And did they all sit down and talk about it? Or was it...
It was planned out because they said it would. They
Said it was meticulous.
like 4 months worth of surveillance.
They even went so far as to buy a pair of boots from Walmart that were the exact type of boot that one of the... I think it was the gentleman that found the last one. Mm-hmm. They bought the same type of boots that he wore, and almost like in an attempt to frame him because they used those boots. And you can only get these boots at certain Walmarts, and there's all these little pieces and parts.
Well, Sarah commented. She says that it's definitely bigger than it appears. I wouldn't be surprised if the Wagners were told to get rid of the rodents and then used as scapegoats to keep the media and the town busy and away from the real situation.
That's a thought.
It sounds
Yeah.
that way. It sounds that way. But you would think. But again, like I said, you would think that the kid that's turned state's evidence. I mean, if you legit didn't do it, then I'll be damned. You know, I'm not taking a plea deal for murder. Not for that. You're taking a plea deal for first degree murder? Get the fuck out of here. There's no way. There's no way. That's the only part to me that there's a big like wrench in the works is just that doesn't make sense to me. You know, now if he came forward and say, hey, look, you know, the cartel told us to do this, said they were going to pay us off. You know, we were going to, I don't know, we're going to hide drugs up the horse's ass or some shit and ship them out, whatever. Mm-hmm. If that was the story that was coming out, and who knows, it may be, and it's just not being released to the media because clearly Pike County is inept. Then, you know, if that all shakes out that direction, then okay, fine. But
So, okay, let's say it is the cartel. Wouldn't they kill him before he ever hit the witness stand?
probably, and I mean, if they can't keep evidence separated, and sanitary from contaminating other evidence, like putting the cars in the garage or allowing access or anything like that, it's hard for me to believe that they would be able to protect him.
Yeah.
And keep somebody as powerful as the cartel.
Would they even?
And then have a dirty sheriff? Like
Yeah.
you got this dirty sheriff.
Oh, and the prosecutor down there quit too. He resigned.
Good Lord.
But would they even put the four of them together? Oh, he looks dirty, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk shit about it. Apparently he kills people in their beds.
No,
So-
that's Charles Reeder. That's the sheriff.
That's what I'm saying. If he can't figure out the other ones, maybe he's the one.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way. Okay. But they wouldn't have...
We love Sheriff Reeder. He's amazing. Yay.
They're not going to house the family together, will they? Like, they'll keep all the guys separated.
I mean, I would. Even if I was the attorney, I wouldn't want them anywhere around each other.
And they're probably not down there. They probably brought them up here.
I don't know how they're doing it.
I wonder where they're at.
Well, they're not far from Lucasville. And I don't know what type of people they hold there at Chillicothe, Ross County.
Chillicothe.
I'm not sure where they.
The women have to be together. Hell, there's only one women's prison, I think.
Well, but they could put them like in solitary at a men's facility.
And just keep them away from everybody.
Just keep them away. I'm sure it's something that they've thought about
And
before.
what-
Probably not well. It's probably not streamlined very, very well because it's it's Ohio. But
And what happened to what is it? Your right to speedy trial or whatever the hell it is?
they waived that shit.
Because it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
They waived that. That's one of the things that they ask you. You waive your right to a speedy trial. Yep.
Is that so you have more time to dig?
Yeah, so the defense has more time. If you feel like there's an evidence issue, you could probably have somebody that, like, I'm talking like I'm a lawyer. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, first of all, just so everybody knows I have no idea. However, if you do not waive your right to a speedy trial, it could be in a situation where you know that the prosecution is pressed to produce evidence,
Yeah.
and so you cut down on that time for
Oh.
them to be able to get that evidence.
It says they're in separate Ohio jails.
So they did separate them.
Jail's, ugh, rather go to prison.
Why?
Jail's terrible.
Really?
Yeah, because you got all of them. Everybody's together.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the guy that's got the DUI. You got the guy that's, charged with murder, charged with 8 murders, and they're right there in with you, next to each other. The guards there are overworked and they don't give a fuck.
He was in Franklin County.
Doesn't surprise me.
Who?
Jake.
He is up here?
He was.
They probably don't want people to know.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
So he may have never been Franklin County, but that's what they're telling people. Yeah. Like he's in Warren County. They don't know. They don't know where they're not going to tell anybody.
Does make you wonder though, doesn't it?
I mean, it's a great story. That's why I wanted to talk about it. I think it's a great story, and there's all kinds of conspiracies and stuff floating around. That's why I was excited to have Mike here with us.
Oh, because it's a good conspiracy?
Yeah. But I mean,
one of the things that doesn't make sense to me, I know that they did surveillance for 4 months. They knew everything this family did. When they did it, how they did it, where they did it. But there's always, the freedom to change your patterns. You're doing this if the custody thing's right, so that you can get custody of a 4-day-old infant and the 3-year-old.
like a toddler. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you know for sure that Bobby Joe Manley was going to go and feed the animals? Maybe she felt sick that day. How long did that baby lay there? Mm-hmm. It's a 4-day-old.
Yeah, I mean, you just go on probability, right?
Yeah, you're letting a 3-year-old run willy-nilly by itself in a house?
If you feel like the only alternative is that you're never going to see the kid again, if you've went this far, clearly they're not sane thinking
clearly.
folks.
That's true.
So
And did they do it when they did it because the baby had been born? Did they merely just wait for her to have that kid?
Oh, you thought was that the plan? Was that the plan all along?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
wait for a few days.
Probably. If they started their surveillance 4 months.
Yeah, she was what? 5 months along then.
Yeah, so that's what they had made up their mind a while ago. This is what was going to happen. Now, whether, like Sarah offered up, whether it was the cartel telling them to do it, and then they didn't know they were going to take the fall, or if that was it was the child custody thing, they made up their mind 4 months prior. Probably before that, the discussions were being had.
What do you do? Like sit around a bonfire drinking beer? I'm gonna fit and kill my baby mama.
They got to die.
Like who I need this court. I need this case to happen. I need to know what happened.
It'll be a drawn out situation because just here tonight, the issues of the logistics of it and us trying to keep up with the different.
It's so hard.
Yeah. So imagine now we got Borfin. Imagine now that you're
Kayla.
gonna put that into. You're gonna now put that into a court of law, and how many how they get about this to this and that to that.
They will definitely need dioramas.
Yeah, because you got to keep the jury straight.
And months. It'll take months.
Oh, I can't wait.
Unless they all plead out, it'll take months.
I don't think they will.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. You're going to get a high profile case. If you're innocent, if you're innocent, there's no reason, this isn't assault and battery. We're okay, we'll take it down to assault, just take this, and because that's how the fucking justice system works. They don't worry about who's innocent or guilty. They just want their convictions so they can get reelected.
But
don't get me started, but that's how it works.
But why would the brother be in on it? The nanas, I get that's their grandbabies. The parents, I get it. That's their grandbabies. The dad, it's his kids. Why'd the brother get in on it?
It may have just, at that point, been, for lack of a better term, peer pressure.
They just busted his balls about it until he did it.
I mean,
And where do they think all these other kids are going to go?
They didn't give a shit. All they cared about was
Obviously
that. All they
not.
cared about was that one. Sarah commented, and the font's so small I have to pick up the phone like an idiot. I got you, Sarah. I can't imagine Jake did this because of the kid. He doesn't seem that strategic. He seems more like a follower. Fair enough. I mean, I'm down with the theory that it was grandma.
Jake's mom?
Whoever
Oh,
the
the great-grandmas?
Jake's grandmother.
the Darth Sidious looking one that was on the bottom right of that graphic that we had of the 6 of them.
Yep. Hang on.
We'll link all this stuff so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because you're going to need to see it so you can keep
But I mean,
everybody straight.
she looks evil. I mean, she looks evil.
She does look like she would, rip your face off for no reason
Yeah,
at
she
all.
looks like a Star Wars character.
Where'd that go? That was a good picture, too.
No, I have so many tabbies
Allison
open.
is a Google Machine fool, and she's got all kinds of stuff up. Yeah, wherever Nana is, that's not the same one, but that's
There, she's up there at the
Top
top.
right.
yeah. But I mean, she looks like somebody that would put that together and then just sit back
Yeah.
with the quilt on her knees on the rocking chair.
Oh, honey.
They dead yet?
Did you do your job yet?
So
Did you ever watch the Piketon Massacre special on Oxygen?
no.
Either one of you. Did you watch it, Allison?
No, I don't have oxygen.
Girl, you guys need to watch it. It's
Yeah.
good shit. I'll watch it again with you.
All right, so we'll watch that.
The podcast, the Piketon Massacre podcast, was really well done.
It was. It was really good. Really well done. So there you have it.
Those are the ones
Good shit.
convicted.
It's just mind-blowing.
It's just
I just think about those kids
it's cray.
Yeah.
because now they're likely in the system.
Well, Jake's kids have no parents. Mom's dead, and Dad's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. So I guess her family will raise him. Her parents.
That's scary.
Can you imagine being parents again right now?
No,
Ugh.
no.
I am good.
I
Okay.
can't imagine being parent at all.
So as a Piketon Murders, everybody, I'm gonna give this back to you because I can't read that thing.
Okay. Oh, and a
Anyway.
little side note. Son of Sam's. I'm telling you, you got to watch it.
That's good stuff on Netflix.
It
It's
will,
on my list.
it will blow your fucking mind.
If you want to, let us know what you thought about this. We'll get better at it if you want more true crime stuff.
Sorry, it wasn't very good.
It's fine. You crammed. You shouldn't have crammed. It's fine. Did better than I would have done. Doesn't matter.
I'll make you a diorama.
Thanks.
There you go. Perfect.
Maybe the next one won't have 85 fucking people in it.
We'll have it all plotted out.
All with the same last name.
So anyway, if you want to email the show, you can, archcityparanormal@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought about this segment. If it's something you want to hear again or something different you want to hear again. We appreciate it. Allison?
Yes.
Do you have Would You Rather?
I do. This one's not quite paranormal based, but I thought it was kind of interesting. So, would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday? Yours would be funny.
I think I want the tattoos.
The tattoos?
Yeah.
But I guess my next question is, do they change? Do they, would this change to bowling and trash cans for, the beer pong? And then tomorrow do I get cows?
I was going to say you weren't that bad at bowling. It wasn't trash.
I came in 4th out of 6. That's not bad for me. And then tomorrow I'd have farm scenes.
Right.
Or do they just keep adding? Like you get one here and one here. Like I just be curious how that works.
I think I would go with the tattoos.
Okay.
Regardless
of how they get there.
Yeah, because I don't want everybody to know what I'm thinking, even though I'll tell you. What about you?
Tattoos, totally.
Tattoos.
Oh yeah, I want moo-moos everywhere. Oh, wow, that could be very raunch too, depending on what you did.
Yeah, which is exactly why I was smiling.
You'd just be covered in boobs.
Get a Sunday home alone with no kids. Can't go to work the next day.
Got bad tattoos.
That's the real reason why I don't come over on Sundays. Not because it's your lazy day. Because I just, no.
Yeah.
Francis said tattoos, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want everybody to know what you're thinking.
Feeling.
Unless they could put it, they might not be able to put it together. Like if you just turn blue, it wouldn't necessarily mean you're sad. Like
you're hypoxic.
What if I, or you've had what, too much silver?
Yes, yes, some certain type of like silver nitrate or something. No, that's used to cauterize umbilical stumps. Never mind. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess I would need to know what the colors.
Yeah.
I need to know more.
Yeah, I think I'm going with tattoos.
I love the one above it. Would you rather be gassy on a first date or your wedding night? Wedding night, because we'd both be lit and cracking the fuck up. Because we would think it was funny.
Just a Tuesday at our house. All right. Are we good? Got everything?
I think so.
Everybody
Yeah.
got it out?
Yeah.
All right. Not too bad. 2:45.
Francis said, could you imagine if you were sick the day before and a tattoo pops up while you're on a date and you're on the toilet with the poops?
Hopefully you'd be in a spot that they couldn't see.
Would it be photorealistic though, or would it just be like a cartoonish expression of it? But it's like, or would it be like photorealistic you
Or a cartoon face.
taking a dump?
Yeah.
You know, like again.
And like, are people aware that this is happening? Is it happening to your date so they get it? Like, is it just you? Are you the only one experiencing the
Yes.
tattoos?
Are they afflicted with the tattoos as well?
Yeah. Do you have the tattoo? Like kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Or do you pass over your mood card? Like,
Yeah.
Here's my colors. There
Yeah,
you go.
just in case.
This
Yeah,
is-
here's your legend for the evening.
We're committed now.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Here you go, dear.
You can know my colors.
But what if, like, purple's horny, but you don't want to be a whore?
Oh.
He already knows you want it. I'm not on a first date, sorry. But I know you're horny. You're purple. That's what your legend says. Purple,
Yeah.
horny. I don't know.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. What?
Francis said cartoonish, like horrible face pooping on your arm. And then Sarah said, also, if you think about crazy genes and opinions influencing generations of one family, kind of like racist opinions teaching the next generation to hate, if the view on life and how society works is obscured on a consistent basis while growing up, while also living with a corrupt law enforcement, which means the small town has more than one person that is corrupt in general, which leaches out into the population anyway.
Yeah.
That kind of thing might just influence the entire situation of all dumbasses involved, meaning no conspiracy and just really ridiculous country bumpkins.
Yeah. Which I believe is completely plausible.
It's craziness.
Yeah. I mean, it's rural. Rural.
I struggle with that word.
Me too.
It's out there.
I'm just trying to underline it. Like it's rural. So
Listen to your least favorite song on a loop for a year, or never listen to any music at all for a year.
I'd have to go no music at all. I would, because the least favorite song I wouldn't even last a day.
yeah.
What is your least favorite song?
I'm not going to say.
I couldn't even think of one.
Because it brings back a horrible memory.
Oh, okay.
Not a horrible, sad memory, just a traumatizing memory.
That sounds like a fantastic story.
You know what it is. I've told you.
I've sang it to you.
Yes, you have.
I don't remember the song. It's a disco song, though.
Oh my God.
It's a disco song.
Is
and
it
I
really
screenshot-
considered a disco song?
I thought.
So if you weren't able to join the show live on Facebook,
Oh, no, I guess it's not. Why did I think it was disco?
Head over to our YouTube. You can subscribe there, and you can watch the show along with us. Get in on the comments, and you okay?
Yeah. The story behind the song is fantastic.
I don't know it, so.
I walked in on something an 9-year-old should never see.
Oh no!
And this
And
song
this
was
is the song that was playing.
Traumatized forever.
I had already had the talk and started becoming a woman. I knew what was going on.
I told you it was a good story.
And this is the song.
God, and I'm not playing it. But I'll gladly leave the link up if y'all...
As soon as we're done here, as soon as the microphones get turned off, we're hitting play.
Okay.
Sarah said she would like color changing skin because then she can just say all the colors mean to fuck off.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Social distance, bitch. All right, so we thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you've not already subscribed to the podcast on your favorite podcast app, go over and search for Arch City Paranormal. We'll pop up there every week, and you can listen along with us. Or on Fridays at 11, also we'll be over there on YouTube, which you already know how to get there. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Arch City. We do not show up in the search at Arch City because we were marked explicit.
What?
On Patreon?
On Patreon because I say fuck a lot. So, yeah. So we will not show up.
But you're
in
not
the
the
search.
only one that does. So.
Yeah. So, but you can't go to Patreon. Hold on. You can't go to Patreon and just search for Arch City Paranormal like you can everywhere else.
Okay.
You have to go to patreon.com/Arch City because they allow you to do that there at Patreon, but you won't show up in like this just general search, the general search function. So you actually have to go to directly to our page if you're interested. We would appreciate your support. There's lots of extra stuff there, up to and including a free t-shirt every quarter. T, what you got?
Sarah said that she doesn't have to worry about sex acts on the face. I find that hilarious. Because she does have a wife. And then she corrected herself. She said, showing in tattoo form on the face, laughed my ass off.
I was going to say, well, wait.
I thought that was Frances said she's dying fucking laughing from her comment.
I have a question about Patreon. Mm-hmm. Can I become a Patreon and get the t-shirt, or is that a nay?
Why not?
Okay. I'm just thinking.
I mean, you're going to get one of those anyway.
Yeah, but this is a bargain.
I appreciate the sales pitch. But yeah, every quarter, if you sign up for the one that's $15, yeah, every quarter you'll get a free whatever t-shirt we have that particular quarter. And it'll be different every time. You're not just getting another Arch City t-shirt. But yeah, if you wanted to, I guess you could shoot me an email if you wanted one for someone else and it's a different size. But maybe we can cross that bridge when we get there. We would appreciate anybody's support that goes and checks it out.
Cool.
Finishing on the face.
Finishing on the face.
What did you do
And
Sunday?
on that note.
No sex acts on the face. Sweetie, if you're not, we need to talk. You're not doing something right.
Well, you know. Anyway, anything else
No, sir.
besides that? Allison is completely traumatized at this point. She's like, talk about my parents. Now we're talking about my friends. I just want out of this room because
Yes.
you're gonna play the song and I'm gonna have flashbacks.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. We will see you next week. We'll be right here on Facebook again on Saturday next week. And actually, I think it's just me and you next week.
Yep.
I'm going to have to come up with some stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll just get on here and we'll talk and it'll be fine.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Frances said I'm going to be doing that tonight. Sex acts on the face? What are you doing tonight?
Pants on the ground, pants on the ground.
You know what? As we close up the show here, so everybody can feel better about themselves. Did you know what I did today, or what I didn't do today?
Poop?
I didn't hit fucking record. I got to pull it from the video again.
Are you serious?
I figured that out about half an hour ago. It's like, God damn it, Kyle.
I even looked. The red light's on.
There's no red light on.
Oh, that far one on
No,
the...
that's
I
that.
swore that thing was
That's the
on.
fourth mic muted because there's nobody.
Damn it, Woodrow.
It's way down here.
Yeah, it's down.
Right there.
I suck. It's fine. I'll just pull it from the video like I did last time. It's fine. But yeah, So this podcast will sound like crap when everybody
I
hears
said I
it.
didn't think the last one sounded bad. I really didn't.
Yeah,
When you
but-
pulled it from the video.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell the difference.
Okay.
Sarah said, "Oh my God, Allison."
Right.
I told her that's what she said. Oh my God, Allison. Laughy faces.
My condolences. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Until next time, if you haven't got your vaccine yet, go get it. It's amazing. You can be outside and not social distance and have a mask on. You can just, it's like normal. It's like normal. I felt like 2019 yesterday. It's amazing. I loved it. I didn't know how to act, and I was inebriated on top of it. It really was a fantastic evening.
It's amazing.
Anyway, go get your vaccine if you haven't yet already. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and until next time, everybody, stay weird.